Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the continuation of the year 2025. This is now the second podcast, The Real Film Nerds, episode number 405. With me, as always, Mysterious Mike Talent, and no longer super special guest host, Ma Hinshaw. She is now a permanent host because this is the format that everybody likes. So I guess this is how we have to do the podcast from here on out. So we should just start out being honest. So, Mike, how awkward is it that my mom is on our podcast and you cuss and swear and talk about dad jokes and farts and tits and all these other things, and my mom's here paying attention?
It's fine. We're all adults now, right?
Speak for yourself.
Oh, okay. I think you're asking yourself the question, Matt.
No, we've always given my mom crap, but my whole life. She knows how to handle it, and I just get beat later. Like, she just saves it up now that I'm an adult. She saves it up, and when she comes up and visits, she just starts hitting me with her cane and her wheelchair and her walker. It's awful. I do not recommend it.
Are you sure she's hitting you, or she just can't see?
Mom?
I think I'm hitting him, yes.
And
if I bring Nasty Spoon, then that's really bad.
Nasty Spoon. Mr. Nasty Spoon. Mike, did your mom have a Mr. Nasty Spoon?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, no, it's one of those wooden spoons with holes drilled in it so that she can swing it even faster.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. And I don't know if it really counts as a spoon if there's holes in it and it can't really hold anything, so you can swing it faster and hit me in the ass faster and harder and more painfully.
That's true. Well, maybe to drain spaghetti. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, you're going to use a spoon to drain spaghetti. You fed a family of 5, mother, for most of your life. Come on now. Come on.
5, 6, whatever. Yes.
Well, that's 6, because Mike was always over.
Oh,
actually, that's not true. Mike usually would go home to eat because
his mother's a good cook.
His mom's a good cook, and then he knew that you and Dad couldn't afford it.
Oh, okay.
Well, you remember the days of when we had to get Mike an entire pizza for himself?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
yes,
no.
That's true.
Matt, I think you're misremembering, Matt. I used to have second dinner over at your house.
True. That's true. Yeah, you're right.
I would eat first dinner at my house, and then I'd come over for second dinner.
So Mike was like a hobbit. First
Very
dinner
good.
And second dinner. Yeah. No, you got it, Mike. You got it. I forgot about that. So, all right. Enough about Lord of the Rings and hobbits and food. Because I know Ma hasn't eaten dinner yet. I have, and Mike's eaten dinner, but Ma hasn't, and she's hungry, and she's passing up dinner to talk about the podcast. And now she's falling asleep, for those of you who don't see the video that I see. But this week we're talking about a horror film that was released on Christmas. Yeah, it's a couple weeks ago, but there's not a whole lot out. It is what it is. We've talked about all the movies that are out for the most part that were worth a watch. And here's another one that I think is worth a watch. Maybe not. That's why we're having this discussion. So, Mike, why don't you go ahead and break down Nosferatu 2024 for us?
All right, Matt. So Nosferatu 2024 was directed by Robert Eggers and written by Robert Eggers, inspired by Nosferatu, the original, Henrik Gallen, and Bram Stoker from the novel Dracula. The movie starring Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Bill Skarsgård, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Willem Dafoe, and a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and a terrifying vampire infatuated with her causes untold horror in its wake.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember if I started with Ma or you, Mike, or myself last time. So let's just do this and throw her under the bus. Ma,
Oops.
ready, set, go. Nosferatu. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you want some more of it? Too much penis? Not enough penis? What's going on?
Well, excuse you. Spoiler. Anyway,
Oh, spoiler. Wow, that's what she's mad about.
hey, I liked the movie. I thought they tried really hard to give you the ambiance of the old movie, which they were done a lot in dark and shadows, profiles of this and that. And I think they nailed that part of it because it did look rather like the old type of a movie most of the time. I liked the movie. I thought it was entertaining, but I thought it was kind of slow in the middle where they were getting to the Dracula type person coming out of his coffin, etc., and so on. What did you guys think?
So, Ma, you're saying it got bored right around the part where you fell asleep for 45 minutes.
Right, that's it. I didn't fall asleep for that long. But anyhow,
she did fall asleep though, and she was asking me what happened, and I'm like, you missed, the fake penis that, Bill Skarsgård had on during the coffin scene. And then I saw a post the other day that Nicholas Hoult has it framed in his house.
Oh my goodness.
That's like Marky Mark and the fake cock from Boogie Nights. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he has that on like frame too, or in like a sculpture glass case or something in his house. Like that'd just be weird. Like I don't care how rich you are and famous, and it'd just be weird walking into someone's house and be like, oh, well, there's a cock.
Well,
I think that would be kind of very strange, especially if you had children romping around. Oh, it's just dad's, private
fake
part.
appendage from his film. Yeah. Or
There,
maybe
yeah.
they just say it's artwork, right, Ma?
Well, that's true, but I didn't ever even put any of my very good drawings on the walls when I had you kids.
Well,
I
that's
would have
because you're a prude.
shocked everybody. But
Okay,
I can't believe they did that. I mean, you would well, I'm not going to go into scientific detail, but if he has been lying there rotting that long,
he's not rotting. He's a vampire.
Well, I know, but come on. Well,
he's
I
a
debate
vampire.
about that.
He's not rotting.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Mom, he used the fake penis later towards the end of the film, if you remember.
Boy, do I
There's
remember
a hell of
that.
a spoiler.
I remember that. Oh, yes, I do.
Jesus. Okay,
that
Mike, what is your thoughts on Nosferatu before my mom keeps talking about rotting genitals?
I thought it was okay. I thought they tried. I think they tried to cram in the story. How would I say it? I think they tried to cram in a whole bunch, and they chopped out certain pieces. I don't know. It seemed a little rushed at times, and not rushed at other times, and I don't know. It's definitely slow there for a little bit. I feel like it picks up once Willem Dafoe's character gets in there, like because he kind of brings some energy. The Professor Abin Edhard von something. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I thought it was good cinematography and stuff. I thought the lighting stuff was cool. I think Ma Hinshaw is right. They were trying to replicate some of the feel of the original movie, but without just trying to blatantly copy it, you know? So I think that was um, pretty cool. The costume design and stuff I thought was great. They seemed to do I mean, they worked hard on that. I don't know. So I thought it was okay.
So, Mike, have you seen the original and the first remake from 1979?
I've seen the original, but it was a long time ago. I should have probably tried to watch it again before I watched this, but have all this time.
Now, Mom, the original came out when you were a teenager back in
Excuse
1922.
you? No.
Did you stand in line at the theaters with your
No,
shillings?
excuse me. I was not alive yet.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Mm-mm, no.
Okay, so Mom, have you seen the original or the 1979 remake?
I saw a snitch of the original, but then I didn't know they made one in 1979.
Yes, they did.
I feel
I-
at a loss.
I think it has a different name, but it was Nosferatu. Yeah. So, anyways, I have not seen the original nor the remake in 79. So this was kind of fresh, but I know the story of Dracula very well, like most people. Um, I want to agree with both of you in lots of ways. The film is beautiful. I think it was very well acted by most people. I think Johnny Depp's daughter needs a little bit of work, but Nicholas Holt, Bill Skarsgård killed it. I had no clue that was even him until after the film, and I went and looked it up. But the one I have to say, and we will talk about him, I'm sure, more, is our good buddy who starred in Craven, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think this is one of his best roles he's ever done. I think he did a phenomenal job in this film, much better than Craven, much better than any other film I've really seen him in. I think that he was a massive standout. But Willem Dafoe, of course, he is phenomenal. When Willem Dafoe popped up on screen is really when the movie starts getting going. Up until that point, it was quite boring, draggy, almost forgettable, and then it starts taking off really hard and really fast, and that's when I thought it started becoming really enjoyable. But overall, I think the movie was decent. I don't think it's a great film. I don't think it's a must see, rush out and go see it. I do think the cinematography is just gorgeous, the costumes are gorgeous, but there's a lot of problems. But overall, it's nice to see something that isn't your typical Hollywood film. So I always am okay with that. I love praising films that are very different. I was just talking about one we reviewed last year, that Emma Stone film with Poor Things. I was trying to think of the name real quick. Poor Things, where it was like Frankenstein. Like that movie was a weird ass movie, but I still applauded it for them trying to do something that's different than the same old cookie cutter movie BS that clearly isn't working either, trying to get people in the theater. So, anyways, there's my 12, 13, 14, 15 cents.
Interesting, dude. Interesting. Okay.
I thought Lily Rose was very good in this part.
I don't know. I thought she was okay. I think she needs some work.
Well, and she's probably quite young. I don't know how many movies she's been in.
She's been a few. She's been in a few.
Has she?
Yes.
Oh. Well,
Let's see. I think
okay.
she's 26 now, so she probably filmed this when she was 24 or 25.
Yeah, she was born in 1999. That makes me feel freaking old.
It does, dude.
Well, of course.
So
But
that
I
make
thought
her
she
24,
did a good
25.
job.
Yeah. But she was in Tusk, and she was in Yoga Hosers. She was in The King. She was in The Idol. She was in Wolf. She was in Silent Night. She was in Voyagers. Mostly television, but she has been in a handful of films.
Well, I didn't have any problem with her, and I thought that part is a difficult part because, I mean, she's so emotional at times, because she has these dreams of this guy, and then she wonders, am I losing my mind or what,
No,
She
I'm
did
not saying
pretty
she
good.
did a bad job. I'm just saying I don't think she was on the same level as the other actors. I think she was
Right.
a couple tiers down below it. Maybe if she
Mhm.
was a little more experienced, it would have come off a little bit better. But I'm not saying she did a bad job, but she didn't stand out. Like
Mhm.
Bill Skarsgård, he really, really stood out. I couldn't even tell that was him playing Nosferatu. I mean, that
Mhm.
was wild.
Oh no, dude, that was wild.
I
Yes,
mean,
I agree.
seriously, he did such a good job. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson, seriously, the raw emotion, not to spoil anything yet because we're not quite there yet, but the raw emotion on all the things that happens to his character in this film is insane, absolutely insane, and I just felt it. I really did. So, anyways, all right, I guess I probably should ask Mike to ask me to do the thing,
Oh
so then we
yes,
can move
yes.
on.
Yeah. So, Matt, are you getting thirsty? I think you are. What are you drinking this fine morning, evening, afternoon?
Oh, Michael, thank you very much. I'm quite parched. I am not drinking anything super crazy, nothing super fancy. I just have a Truly's, specifically a
Okay.
blueberry,
Okay. Blueberry
trying to watch
Trulies.
them sugars.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. How'd the holidays treat you, man? I think I gained. I think I got like 10 pounds, man.
Well, that's one thing that's good and bad. I am very upset. I've discussed this many times with my mom. So, those of you who don't know, since April of last year, I've lost 60 pounds. And so the holidays were not super kind because there were sweets and sugars and carbs and all the wonderful things that we do to ourselves over the winter. And so I'm going to say from before Thanksgiving until now, I've pretty much maintained within 4 or 5 pounds of where I've been since before Thanksgiving. Now, that doesn't make me super happy because I've been averaging 8 pounds a month loss, but I guess maintaining through the holidays is probably a good thing, right?
Yeah, dude. That's great. That's great.
So, and I know my buddy Jason, he said he gained 20 pounds over the holidays. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of turkey.
That is a lot of turkey, but he enjoyed it.
Or Ma Henshaw's cookies.
That's yeah. She's always losing them all over the place.
She has lost those cookies. They're gone. But
They
and
are.
she's not piping in at all. Ma, what are you drinking with your cookies today? How's that? Since we're trying to
Well,
get you involved
really
here.
boring stuff. I'm drinking a blueberry tea, which is very strange, but with my cold, I'm drinking a lot of hot tea. Ugh.
See, I'm drinking a blueberry Truly. You're drinking a blueberry tea. Mike, are you drinking a blueberry beer?
No, I'm not drinking blueberry beer. I'm drinking
I can
a
get you one. The big blue van. I got some in
oh
the fridge.
no. It's okay, man.
All right.
I'm drinking a blood orange IPA from Flying Dog.
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
So, Ma, is that going to be your continued segment for what are you drinking? You're just going to drink different teas? Because if that's what it's going to be, you're going to have to start getting some wild teas. Blueberry's pretty good, though.
I thought that was pretty wild. It's really different. I mean, I like blueberries, but blueberry tea is strange,
Okay,
but I don't care.
so since Ma isn't going to partake other than when she has her nog, and Captain Morgan.
Whoa, wait a minute. I did have a blue moon the other day, but now I'm out, so I don't know when I'm buying.
That's not during our podcast. It's what you're drinking during the podcast. That's how the
Right.
segment goes.
Yeah, that's true. And I ran out, so no tea.
Okay, so it'll be tea from here on out. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Ma Hinshaw's favorite part of the podcast is next. Let's see if she can guess it. I've guessed the first one already this year, which was on the money. Mike, what is this week's incredible dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
Why was the mother flea feeling down in the dumps?
Ma?
Golly, I really have drawn a blank on that one. No, I don't know.
I'm thinking something to do with dog shampoo, or the dog scratched a little too hard or something is what I'm going with.
Right, because she thought her children were all going to the dogs.
See, I got kind of.
See?
And I got part of it. Something with the dogs. Yep. All
Good
right.
job, Matt. Good job, Matt.
Thanks, Mike. It's not as good as last week's, but I'm on a roll. I got one in a partial. So we'll see if I can keep this up. So, all right. This is an easy one as far as I'm concerned. Mike, how does Nosferatu 2024 relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, so there was a little bit of debate before the pod started on which one to use, but I think I'm going to go with Willem Dafoe because we just used Aaron Taylor Johnson for a movie we just reviewed, Craven. What was it? Craven the Hunter. Craven the
Yes, sir. Craven the Hunter. Yep.
yeah, Craven the Hunter, which he stars. He's a busy guy lately. Anyway. Yeah, he's 3 movies in 2024 that I saw of his.
That we saw. Yeah.
Anyway, Willem Dafoe, who plays the Green Goblin, and because the MCU merged with Spider-Man, he kind of shows up in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Well, he does. He is in No Way Home. He's one of the big bads in that film.
Yeah.
Granted, it technically can be the Sony Marvel Spider-Verse as well from I'm forgetting the director's name. It's one of my favorite directors, but that's Sony.
Raimi, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Sam Raimi. Yeah, the Sony Spider-Verse with the original Spider-Man films. Well, not original Spider-Man films, but the 90s Spider-Man films. Yeah, so those aren't MCU, but are now kind of, I don't know. But he
early
was in
2000s. Those are the early 2000s.
2000s? Really?
Yeah, because it came out when I was working at the theater, man.
Oh,
in Flag.
But didn't you work in the? No.
Yeah, dude. Spider-Man 1 came up with the upside down kiss and all that. I was at the summer of, I think, 2002. Oh, that was a horribly busy movie that the bosses did not think would do well. Oh, man, did it do well.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home was 2021. That's it. I'm looking it up. Although Willem Dafoe is in freaking everything. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it is 2002 because I think it was supposed to come out in 2000 or 2001. And remember, they had to recut it because of 9/11.
Correct.
There's a big scene with the World Trade Center and spiderweb and helicopters and all that stuff. And you have the poster.
I do.
Yeah, because they took them all down, and I thought it was 2001 though. Oh well, and I thought it was actually Spider-Man 2, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that movie when it came out, they severely underestimated, or at least my boss severely underestimated how busy it would be. And dude, we were unbelievably slammed from the first showing of it. I think on Friday. I don't think they did Thursday previews as much back then. And all the way through the weekend, man, it was nonstop. It was every showtime, it was sold out. And it was just people everywhere. It was terrible.
Man, I miss those days. But anyways, we always talk about how the movie theaters are going to go away. Do you think? I'm going to ask it anyways. I don't care. Do you think 2025 is it, Mike? Do you think this is the year they start shutting down?
I mean, I think they have been consolidating a bit. I don't know if they're going to shut down, but I think there's definitely going to be some underperforming theaters are just going to be shut down. I mean, because I don't know I don't know if you've seen the prices like I have, but the concession prices from 2020 to now are insane.
Oh yeah. Well, the I'll just use Harkins as an example, and we can just do percentages. So, Mike, what was the cost of a refill for a souvenir cup at Harkins?
$1.
Correct. Do you know how much it is now?
$2?
$3. It is tripled.
It's $3?
It is $3 for a soda at Harkins. Yep. And it has steadily gone up since basically after COVID. Every year they've raised it $1 just about every year.
Oh man.
Yep. So, but I mean, at least they're still open for now. I don't know, man. Ma and I went and saw the movie we talked about last week, The Complete Unknown, on Christmas, and we went together with Frank, and it was packed. But that was Christmas, and it was also in the Valley. I went and saw The Complete Unknown up here last Thursday with people from the radio station, a bunch of us, and we were the only ones in the theater. It's hard to,
Wow.
granted there were 6 of us, but we were the only ones in the theater. And it had been out for a week and a half or something. But it's hard to compare the two, but it just shows you that at least here, movie theaters are not doing super great. They just aren't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the theater that I usually go to, my home theater, it's a Cinemark, and it seems to have up and down times. Like basically when I pull into the parking lot, and like if I see a bunch of cars, I'm like, oh, all right, there's a lot of people. But like when I pulled in to watch like Nosferatu, well, I watched that yesterday, so that it's been out for a little bit.
Yeah, it's been out for about
There's
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no one in the parking lot. It was very
In the parking lot. Okay, so not in the theater. Yeah, because that's
yeah, yeah.
even
So
scarier.
yeah, well, so I'm judging the entire overall theater
Right.
off of the parking lot. Yeah, just to
Right.
see how many people. Like, if I have a hard time parking, that means the movies are doing great.
Yeah. Well, it kills, man, because I love going and seeing films. And I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day. Again, sorry, we're completely off topic again, but I think this is a good way to start out the years having this conversation again, because we have it every year. But I talked with one of my coworkers. He's an older guy. He has four or five kids. 3 of them are in college. 2 of them, I think, are still at home in high school. So I think he's in his 60s. He said, I don't go to the theaters. I haven't been in the theaters in years because I have an 85-inch TV at home. I sit there and watch my 85-inch TV, and that's good enough for me. And I feel that that's a major factor in people's mental states and just the sheer amount of access we have to content.
Yeah, we do. We can stream stuff up, and like as fast as you can click the button, the content almost starts. So why do you need to go to the theater? And then also the release windows have shortened so much, man. Like I can't even believe like like a movie like this, Nosferatu, it'll probably be streaming like next week.
Well, think about this, Mike. We watched and reviewed Gladiator in what, November? It was around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We just gave away digital copies.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
It's like a month and a half.
Yeah, it's a month, man, and we're already giving away copies. Yeah. So I don't know. I understand what's happening. I know why you and I go to the theaters. It's for the experience. It's for the big screen. You just can't replicate it at home. 85-inch TV would be awesome. But he also has a lot more money than I do. He's been a very successful realtor for a long time. He probably has a movie room. I don't have that kind of shit. I have a 65-inch TV. I have a decent surround sound. It's good, but it's not the same as sitting in front of a 2-story freaking screen. It's just not.
Yeah. It's true. It's not the same. Plus you don't have that experience like when you go watch a movie and it's packed and you get the crowd reaction and stuff.
Yeah.
And that can be fun, like a lot of times,
Yeah, I like the camaraderie of going and seeing with a bunch of people. Ma, you're being very quiet. You're shaking your head with us, but you're being very quiet. I know you love the
I'm trying not
theaters.
to breathe. I think I passed out. Oh, wait. No, I didn't.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
I'm trying to be quiet,
Well, Ma,
But-
you have been around for this whole time. How big of a
Mhm.
deal is it for you to go to the theaters? Do you have wonderful memories of theaters, or what?
I enjoy going to the theater. It has always been like, well, when I had kids, it was a kind of a fun thing we could do together. Not that we did it much, but when they were younger, And then I liked just watching a movie and getting other people's reactions, like if they laugh or, uh, get upset or, scream, whatever. I like that part of it. And I like the fact that we can have a place to go to have entertainment without maybe having the entire family go. I mean, it's nice to have a date night and go out, husband and wife or girlfriend and boyfriend, and not have the stuff that's going on around you. In other words, it's quiet and you can just focus on the movie. No matter what, when you're at home and you're watching something, somebody will either walk through or need something or I'm hungry or that kind of thing. And so I think when you go to the movie, you get your snacks, you sit and you watch the whole movie and you don't move around and interrupt your concentration. But that's my view. I really hope they keep open. At least, they could cut down the number they have or something, but I hope they still keep movies open.
Well,
Yeah.
I will dovetail this back into our discussion about Nosferatu. But Mike, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go for it.
Oh, just as a real quick note, I know how to save the theaters. We just need Taylor Swift to release a movie once a year.
Nice. I like it. Good old Tay-Tay.
I agree.
I'm waiting for the tape with her and Travis Kelce to leak, and then we can get that in the theaters. That would be fun.
Oh, jeez.
I'd pay to see that. Anyway, what would that be? The No, I'm not going to say it. I was like,
all right.
What rhymes with eras? I'm not going to. Nope. Not going to do it. Not going to do it, Mike. I'm going to be good because Ma's here and she's looking at me and I'm feeling awkward. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So speaking of and pivoting our discussion about the death of movie theaters, which I will be infinitely sad if that happens, and I will have to sell everything I own and make a movie theater room in my house because I will just have to. But is Nosferatu a film you must see on the big screen, or should you wait until it comes out on streaming?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. I think to see the prettiness of this movie and because it's a little bit slow and stuff, I think it's better to watch it in the theater because you can't pause it and walk away or whatever. Because it is a little bit slow at times. So I think it's something you should see in the theater because of those reasons.
Ma?
Yeah, I think it's good to see it in the theater because it is scary. I mean, when what's his name? Is it Thomas or what? Is wandering through the first house, castle, whatever, the darkness of it and everything. It just, to me, the side noises or people walking through the room or whatever when you're home is going to take you away from focusing and maybe having a jump scare, Yes, I think you should see it in the movie theater. And it's beautiful. The costumes are fantastic. And I think they look really great when on the big screen. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Real Film Nerds podcast approved. Go see it in the movie theaters, unless you don't like horror movies, because this is a horror movie. But it is very well done. It is scary. It is terrifying. It is very well acted. It's a unique one, and I like supporting unique films because I want more of them. Bad or good, I think we should support unique films because that's how we keep getting more and creating, people coming out and stimulating our creative juices and whatever else you want to call it. It's a lot more engaging than, another giant blockbuster, which we love those too. There's nothing wrong with those, but it's always nice having a variety of creative and fun films. So anyways, Mike is quickly falling asleep. So I'm going to start with him. Mike, how many reels do you give Nosferatu?
So I'm going to give Nosferatu 3.5 reels out of 5. I really liked most of the acting stuff. It's just a little bit slow here and there, and I don't know. Some of the, um, I think it could have been cut together better, or something. I don't know. There's something with the way the story was told was a little bit just off to me, or at least I thought it was. So I don't know. I also had a lot of flashes of other movies that I've seen. Like we just watched that one about the journey of Dracula across the sea.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
watched, I've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula from a long time ago with Keanu Reeves and uh and uh and then what's the other one? Something else just came to mind. I was like, they all just kind of, I was like, man, you can all tell that they're from the same kind of like content. It's just, they're just different ways of, I don't know, talking about the story. So,
Well, and that's what's cool is the Voyage of the Demeter. We chatted about that last year, and that takes place in this film. Like that's straight up what it is when he's traveling from. I'm not sure if it's Germany or what country. They don't really say
they don't really
to
say,
to London. Like that's the film. Like that's the
yep,
film, the
yep.
Voyage of the Demeter, which I thought was kind of cool. I was like, oh yeah, that's when that takes place. That's right, I forgot. So, but Mike, I 100% agree with you. I give Nosferatu 3.5. I liked it. I thought it was good. It wasn't groundbreaking or earth shattering or anything like that, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Well worth a watch. Well worth going to the theaters. Definitely recommend it. Ma, you're next.
Well, I thought it was a good movie. I give it 4 cookies. I enjoyed it, and I think they nailed the feeling of what the Dracula movies can fade. And this is how old I am. I have a book of the original writings of Dracula with lithograph illustrations, etc. Really carries through that feeling of, well, it's very scary to me. And the end is woo scary.
Well, Mom, of
So,
course you have it. I mean, you saw Nosferatu in the theaters in 1922.
oh, shoot, no. But anyway, be nice. I'm not that
Well, okay,
horrendous.
okay.
Well,
So
I'm
I'll end
pretty
it with a
old.
little bit of trivia here. Mike, do you know
Mhm.
why it was called Nosferatu and why it wasn't called Dracula?
No, probably some copyright stuff.
Correct. There was copyright issues because in 22 it was still well within that realm, so they could not officially steal it or use Dracula or any of that kind of stuff. So they went with Nosferatu.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty neat.
No,
And so it's
very
kind of
neat.
developed into its own thing. Now we all know it's a vampire, we all know it's Dracula, but it's still very much its own different thing. So, all right. Well, next week we're gonna go hit up the theaters. We're gonna watch a movie that is a sequel to a movie I did not see until yesterday. Hold on, what's today? Yeah, yesterday, Sunday. I watched it on Sunday. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about the film we're gonna review next week?
Oh, okay. So we're going to be reviewing Den of Thieves 2. This is got um, Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr., which is like Ice Cube, like to a T. I don't know, man. He's like, I know it's his son, but like it's just like,
It's freaking Ice Cube as an actor. Yeah.
yeah. It's just weird, man. He looks like his dad a lot. Anyway,
Well, and honestly, not to slam Ice Cube, but dude, O'Shea Jackson Jr. He was fantastic. He was
yeah,
very good in the first one.
yeah. So it's kind of the roles are reversed in this one, I think, where our police officer from the first one is like flipping to the bad guys. So we'll see how it goes. See, it's. I'm sure it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun ride, no matter what. The first one was kind of fun, so
Yeah, no, the first one it kind of caught me off guard a little bit, but not a whole lot, and it was fun. It was a good action, bank kind of film, a lot like in the vein of like Heat.
yeah.
Not as good as Heat, but it still was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking forward to this one. And Mike, you didn't get the whole name. It's Den of Thieves 2 Pantera.
Ah, yes. Sorry.
You got to get the Pantera in there. You gotta.
All right. You think they open up with Pantera?
I hope so. God, I hope so. Better be Cowboys from Hell.
You probably will.
My mom has no idea what we're talking about.
Or Walk.
She's now fallen asleep. So,
yeah. All right.
Ma Henshaw.
Yes.
Okay, she's awake now. We're good. So, all right. Well, I think that's it, Ma. Unless you got something else you want to add, because I feel bad that we keep telling Mike we're going to make it a short podcast and it's a long podcast. But
that's
he's
perfectly fine. I have nothing to add, but I thought it was a good movie, and I would go see it. So that's it. And I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm not going to say the title even. So there you go. The next movie.
All right. Den of Thieves 2.
Mhm.
Pantera.
Pantera.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Mike, do your thing, dude.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure to catch us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it's called. And catch you next week. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.